Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3 on this Tuesday morning as we reflect and have a conversation around issues of men's health. And joining us on the line is Dr. Darren Green. Of course, earlier on in the show, we spoke about some of the biggest causes of death amongst men in South Africa and the importance of living better, holistic lives.
Absolutely. So right now, we're going to be answering your questions from social media. We've got a question here from Albany Dyers, Dr. Darren Green, that says, Doctor, I've noticed my husband's eyes are yellow, the white of the eyeball. What can that be, please? So let's explain that, Dr. Darren Green.
Sure. So the white of the eye can become yellow when you have excessive amounts of bilirubin. Uncle Billy and Uncle Reuben, and that's caused by normally what's called jaundice. In Afrikaans, it's called geel sig. And that's obviously important because you need to underwrite or investigate things of the liver. So that would mean you'd have to see your GP first, get a thorough examination, which includes obviously maybe one or two blood tests and an abdominal examination in particularly, and then obviously referring appropriately based on that. So certainly not something to just leave. Often they're reversible causes. Even things like gallstones can cause things like that. But as you know, we don't diagnose on the show. So it would be something that would be worth consulting your GP for. But jaundice, and there are many causes for jaundice.
So it could be that, but it's worth consulting your medical practitioner. Dr. Darren Green, we've got another one here from Josephine Pigstone who wants to find out, how do I know if my husband has menopause? Hashtag Dr. Green. Do men hormones change how the older they get and they become more grumpy? I'm sure men do get male menopause. She wants to find out.
Yes, I wonder how many people out there believe men become grumpier as they get older. It would be interesting to actually find out. But certainly there are, just as we have menopause, which is a transition period, which they call the climacterium in ladies, where they go from becoming fertile, and in other words, the ability to actually fall pregnant and have children, for example, to the other side of the spectrum where they become infertile under the influence of hormones in the body, and particularly estrogen in ladies. So too in men you have a condition which is called testosterone deficiency syndrome. And that is a condition where your testosterone levels could actually start dropping off. In your 30s already it can start dropping off, but at a very slow rate, so that when you are obviously older than 40, nearing 50, some men would have obviously then systemic effects to the lowered testosterone levels. Now everyone just associates testosterone with sex drive, libido, etc., but it's responsible for a host of medical wellness issues, like for example retaining muscle mass, like for example your energy levels, like your mood, for example, are all dependent on that. So thus the association of lowered testosterone levels over time can manifest in various clinical forms, and certainly something worth considering.
Another question from Mtandeni says, morning team, my question to the doctor is that I sweat a lot, like sweat will drip under my armpits all year long. What causes that, and can he recommend something?
So, some people really suffer from hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating, and often it can be quite embarrassing, obviously, when you're wearing your clothes and have these areas that are heavily saturated with sweat. And then secondary to that, one of the big things are body odor. Because of the excessive amount of sweat that stays on the skin, it then facilitates the growth of superficial bacteria in the sweat, particularly under the armpits, in the groin, in your socks, for example, on your feet. So there are many things one can look at. There's certain medical conditions that need to be excluded with regards to excessive sweating. Hopefully there's no infection or any fever as such, and I assume that's already been ruled out. But there are therapies, something simple, such as Botox therapy, where they inject Botox obviously near sweat glands under the arm, for example, even on the feet, and even on the hands for hand sweatiness in people that suffer from that condition. So certainly not a useless cause, and something that can be done for that. So worth a consult.
Dr. Darren Green, thank you very much for this very informative chat and answering the questions on social media. We always appreciate your time and expertise. Have yourself a wonderful day. And of course, as we spoke about earlier on, if you do have some serious issues that you'd like to address regarding men's health, you can, of course, visit sadag.org as well. They are there for you, there to help you. But now from Dr. Darren Green
to the kitchen, because we're making a yummy, yummy green minestrone soup. Take a look at that.